went to Forrester to write the last song. Did you go into the? Is that where you mainly go to write the songs, or do you find inspiration all over the place?
I got bored with writing songs about girls and relationships and things. And then one bright day decided, like, well, you can write songs about anything, right? And started writing about space and quantum physics and cosmology and things. Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing I like writing about. But there's like some really dark stuff. There's like some really silly stuff as well. You know, there's a song about having a platonic relationship with a clock.
With a clock.
There's a song about the Ubuntu operating system.
Right.
Yeah, there's like anything can be a song.
I heard you do one about droning sheep.
Droning sheep?
Droning. Sorry, it's my Devonshire accent. Drowning sheep. I'm sure you did one about drowning sheep in Wales.
Oh yeah, yes I did.
Yes, it was you.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did a song about it's like a reincarnation blues. I'll play it in a bit.
Yeah.
I was in Portmeirion.
Yeah.
And I woke up in the morning with my dad, and I was just having a cigarette. My dad doesn't smoke, so we watched the tide come in. Well, and we were watching the tide come in, and you know it's pretty far out at the time, but it was still kind of, it was in an estuary. Yeah. I don't know, you've gone to Portmeirion?
No, it's a place
where the prisoners filmed.
Yeah, it's a place. I was talking with some mates about going to, and but it's pretty expensive to stay there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. If you go there for a week, you can get some discounts in October.
October, right.
Yeah, it just happened to be quite warm because it was a microclimate and the weather wasn't out that year. Okay. It was a bit like a boomy, it's like almost kind of like a balmy kind of summer, like at the end of the year for some reason. It was a couple of years ago, and Portmeirion, you got like the estuary, and tide was coming in, and we waited down at the bottom where like you got this little bunker to watch the tide coming in at the top. You've got a telescope, and there's also an island, so when the tide's fully out, you can walk across this little island. Right. You know. Wow. So you can just walk straight across. But these sheep were going up the estuary, and they'll just go in single file. It's quite funny watching them because they were like people, you know, they're just walking up, and like some of them were just following around in a cord, like they just weren't interested in following the group, like, they were just sort of hanging back, and then like bleating, and then like their mum would come over and tell them off. And, like, just watching it go up, and like then watched it disappear up to the top where it was like cliff face, and the tide was visibly more in than it was, you know, and they go up the top to eat some grass, like, you know, and they do that every morning. And like we went for a walk around Portmeirion, came back, and it was just like it was like a bit of a Schrodinger's cat. Like it was like, did it die? Yeah. Did that sheep get back all right? Yeah. Or like, is it dead? Yeah. Like, did the tide come in and kill any of them? Like, I don't really know. And then got into this reincarnation idea of like a person coming back as a sheep on the estuary. And then just wrote that song like in the like while I was staying in like the gatehouse, which is like one of the cottages they've got there, which is actually like just part of the village. Yeah, it was quite nice. And just sitting on the balcony and wrote that song. And I wrote another one about Google as well. But really,
random stuff. This. So how many songs do you reckon you've written in your time, Craig?
Too many. Like I'd start a song and just get bored and move on to another one.
Do you keep a record of them, or do you just keep them in your head?
Sometimes they get digitally destroyed, or someone spills a drink on your pad, and then you lost like 6 or 7 songs you were working on, you know, or like your phone gets erased. Or like you get into a habit of writing it into your phone. Like you lose a load of songs. And what I used to do before, like you had all this social networking and real convenience of being able to do things. I was too poor to even buy like a dictaphone, but I had some credit on my phone, and I'd ring my answer machine, and then play a song down the phone to myself, and then and then I'd get back to Worcester, like I'd be at my parents' house or something, just come up with a song, and then get back to Worcester and be like, okay, that's cool. I'll show it to the band tonight, and then I'll show it to the band, and they'll go, let's work on this. I just would have forgotten it. I think if I hadn't actually phoned myself and left it as an answer phone message, and then like once instrumentally, like with the lyrics, and then just like once with the lyrics on its own. And then that just seems to work. Like.
Are you from Worcester?
No, from Birmingham. Originally,
yeah.
Just King's Heath.
Oh, no, King's Heath, yeah. Good old Tower of Song, Tom Martin, get that.
Yeah, I know Tom Martin actually. He's friends with my dad.
Is he? Yeah, he's been up here, got a set. Yeah.
Have you had Sam Cornwall actually?
No, well, I've met Sam. I was having a good chat with him. He's down to come, kind of thing. He's got no mobile, no email, so we've got to do it through Tom. But Sam is going to come down and play.
Yeah, he's my old teacher.
Is he?
Yeah.
So what did he teach you? Music?
No, he didn't. But he bought his guitar in, and that was
Yeah.
kind of that's a big influence on deciding.
Right. Okay.
Ever play a guitar because it stuck in the back of my head. Like it was in infant school, must have been like 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Sam Cornwall was he'd just come in and like play like Cat Stevens songs and folk songs and things. On his guitar, like I had like half a day of lessons and then just get out the guitar and have a sing along.
Oh.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, and then that's always stuck in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Dad was a guitarist as well, so that got me into music really.
Yeah.
I just didn't have anything else to do.
Do you remember your first musical experience?
There's been a lot of like early experiences.
First ever. How old were you?
One of the ones that always stuck with me was when I was little. Like sneak out the house and they'd have like Sufi folk concerts, you know, like Indian folk music concerts. The hall behind, and like you have like sitar and you know, you have like Urdu harp, like tablas, and also gamelan as well. Like they have different concerts at the school, and I used to go out and listen to that. And like other kids would like be into loads of pop music, and I'd just wait for these little concerts. So I could sneak out, like you know, I couldn't. Not old enough to do anything else. No. Like everybody else, like kind of digging their pop music, but it's just like this world music in the back's where it's at. Because there was like a school behind parents. Yeah, it got a fence. Yeah, and it's quite high up. Yeah, where was this then? Bishop Chandler, like in King's Heath. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, and they used to just put on like these quite cultural events. I suppose. Like I look back on it now, wow, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, good true. What about your first ever gig?
I think the first ever gig would have been Stourbridge Rock Cafe. Right. With my band Dante. Yeah. Or Mostly Harmless or something like that. Yeah. They were pretty silly, and we didn't even know like what a distortion pedal did. Yeah. Like we were capo the second fret because we couldn't play power chords or bar chords. Yeah. Just like learn basic chords, put a bit of distortion through it, and just go, okay. I'm gonna find a drummer when we get there. Load into the car and play a jam night basically. Like, just too naive to know otherwise because we were about 17. Yeah.
So how long did the band last?
That band?
Yeah. Not long.
I don't know if you could really call it something that lasted that long.
Yeah.
So,
What's the best gig you've ever done?
The best gig? There's been a lot of good gigs that I felt good, where you got an audience and they seem engaged and you pull off what you want to do because I like doing stuff that's pretty eclectic. Yeah. That's probably because I'm a bit impatient as well, I've got a low attention span, so I just want to do different things. Yeah. They do a lot of different random projects as well. One of the really good gig we did was Shambolics down the cellar bar. Right. And we did this thing called the Action Medley. Right. Yeah, and it was really tight when I heard back the recording. Yeah. It was just ridiculously tight because Dave filmed it. Yeah. But at the time, like I just really loosened up and I was jumping around like a silly person, like like playing my Telecaster. We practiced it so much, like, it was really easy. And it's quite a complicated thing to do, like because you have like Get Up by James Brown, and then like Get Down on It, and then Jungle Boogie, and then get further again to disco and like really quite technical stuff, and the R's as well. Like we had the section where like you go through like white lines, like going from the R's of that into Let's Dance, into Twist and Shout. And, like it's so incredibly complicated to do, but just like loads of practice and like okay, Sam. And I watched the footage back. It was pretty like because it's quite easy to get that place rammed, because it's so small, But it was like really good atmosphere, and I was basically dancing. And I don't dance, like I just don't dance, like but with a guitar, like probably could.
Yeah. You got a favourite place you like playing?
Quite a few actually. there's the Crown in St John's. I like that, but I don't like playing it too much. No. I like going back there every now and then and trying out some new stuff. Yeah. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't go well. Yeah. There's the Adam and Eve. Right. In Birmingham. Yeah. Yeah. And I really used to like playing that. I used to play the Broken Out Nights down there. This guy, Rich Chappell, who was in Cracked Actors, used to put on with his mate Paul. Right. This guy called Yoshi. And that really rejuvenated my interest in music. Yeah. And then I left. I did just local gigs for a bit. I didn't do so many Birmingham gigs. I went back to the Birmingham thing last year, and again it renewed my interest in music again. People are really appreciative there. Yeah, and it's just a bit different to the other venues, I suppose. Yeah, you can play to different sized audiences and things. And there's the Jam in Brixton. Played with my band in 2008. I think it was. Yeah, what was that? That's Jam in Brixton, and it had been in timeout the night before because there was a rumour Pete Doherty was going to be there. Oh. So it was completely rammed. Yeah. And we managed to blag a big stage that was basically a pirate ship. It was about the size of this room. Yeah. It's a pirate ship with Day of the Dead skeleton made out of paper mache over the top of it. And we bought strobe lamps and silly mannequins to put up and things, and UV lights and all kinds of silly stuff. Yeah. And we ended up playing to basically the biggest room for the whole it was like a mini festival. Yeah. Yeah, because it was more than an all day. It's been going on for quite a while. And it's a main stage through there. People coming up after we did a little set, and they were going, you guys should play more. We just got jamming, and then they put the Gabba DJs on, and we just carried on jamming. And then at one point, these two people came up dressed as chickens, and John Joe, sexy weirdo John Joe, he came up to me and he goes, in a minute we're going to do Eye of the Tiger to two people boxing cockfighting as giant chickens. I'll just handle the synth lines on fiddle. And okay then. That sounds like a laugh. And we're all dressed up as clowns as well. It's just really quite theatrical festival. Sounds it. Yeah, like I said, the Gabba DJ came on, and that didn't even stop us. They wanted us to jam with them because we got really into a groove. Yeah. And we just playing really tight with a Gabba DJ. This was really fun.
Do you like playing festivals, or do you prefer kind of?
I'd like to play more, but it's better playing them with people. When you just do it on your own, it quite feels the same. No.
Right, ready for another one? King Dave nods. Is it a serious one from King Dave, is it?
I hope so.
I'll play this. I don't think there's much wrong with Franklin. It's a little medieval ballad.
Yeah. Cool.
This one's Concentric Rings, the one about the sheep.
Cool.
But it is pretty. It's nice. Yeah. Give it a go.
Yeah. Go for it.